And we're on. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, it's been 3 weeks. Anyways, welcome back to Paranormal. And your wonderful hosts who are completely, well, at least I am, burnt to a crisp. I'm Rachel, and we have...
And I am Kaz. Hopefully you haven't forgotten who we are.
No, it's been 3 weeks.
Maybe.
Yeah, about that.
I almost forgot that we were coming back on today.
You're welcome.
It's a good thing you reminded me, or else I'd be outside like, what's I'm supposed to be doing right now?
I'm still on vacation from work, so I don't know what day it is. I still have one more day this week. No, wait. Yeah, I have to work the rest of the week after tomorrow.
Oh, well. Only 3 days. And Friday is the beginning of like a long weekend, so usually no one's doing anything.
No, but we are. I'm not going to say anything.
Well, next time you set that place's roof on fire, make sure you do it good enough that it burns the whole place down.
Listen, I don't need to set no roof on fire because I'm going on strike at the end of this month.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, union. Yeah. So, I don't know. Anyways, lots of time coming up to catch up on shit.
Nice.
But for the Paranormal Seekers, the last few weeks have been busy.
This last weekend, well, this one, it will be the weekend before last, was busy. Although the weekend that this airs
we'll be busy.
This place behind me.
I know, it's exciting. And I will have successfully have been there in every season.
I know, that's so exciting.
Hey, I put that out there. But we will get more into that next time we record.
Yeah.
But for the Paranormal Seekers, like we started July off in Thamesville, and then we had a random weekend off, which was kind of weird, but we were supposed to do the Booze and Booze, but unfortunately the venue canceled it. And then we were at Kawartha Settlers Village for 2 public investigations, and then we were at we were in Tweed, and then we were in King City. So busy times. You'd almost think it was in October.
And excitingly active places.
Yeah.
Even one of the places we go to on a regular basis was like crazy busy the first time we went there. Like crazy active. We were all like,
that was back in June.
Yes.
I think
gotta love it.
Yeah, I think that was the week we did our last recording.
Yeah.
I think I can't
make sense.
I don't know. Anyways. And August is going to be some fun stuff. We got some really good topics and some on location places.
Yep.
Some collaborations. We got lots to do. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. And it's literally going to take, our topics will literally take us all the way into November. So pretty much December at that point, I think. Because I think the last one is like the weekend of my birthday or something.
Oh, yeah.
But that weekend, I'm going to be somewhere else anyways.
Nice. Oh.
Ryan's already booked that.
Are we not talking about what we're doing next weekend? Are we going to talk about it when we're there for the podcast?
Okay. Yeah. It's a whole podcast.
My lips are sealed.
But let's segue that into our topic for this week, because this week's topic is, why the hell do we go back and reinvestigate places over and over and over again?
Yeah.
Because that's
a lot of people
do. Yeah.
They ask, didn't you already go to that place? And we're like, yeah. And we're going back because,
Well, look at places like Kawartha Settlers Village. How many times have we been there? There's always something new and something different that happens every time.
Yeah.
And there's always...
Well, as I was saying, like the beginning of our sort of busy season there in June when we went, we hadn't been to, that was our first time back to school.
Yeah.
Because they had kind of just opened.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like dumbfounded. We were doing a public investigation, and we were more like blown away than the public people were, because they had no idea. I mean, we get to know the buildings, we get to know the spirits in the buildings, and some of them are a little less active than others. But that night, every freaking building, and the ones that are usually a little more quiet, were off the
Yes.
rails. And we're like, what has happened
So
with the
meanwhile,
spirits while we get away?
here's our team losing their marbles over this, and everybody that was there as a guest were probably thinking, wow, they really set this up to really give us some good stuff. It wasn't me.
Like, yeah. You know what's funny is that night, so I mean, we had REM pods and different things set up. But at one particular point, I said, well, I don't even know the whole premise of it, but I said, can you turn that REM pod off behind Kathy? And it did. We were like, what? But if you weren't part of the team and understood that we do not fake or fabricate anything,
No, I don't have the
then,
time or the effort or the want
well, or
to do
I
that.
don't want to lose out credibility. Once you do that shit and people find out, you're done for.
Mhm.
So the fact that we don't do it, when it happens, it happens. So we're like, wow. But I can appreciate how people are like, because I'd probably be this. I'm still like that when I watch those
Mhm.
ghost shows. I'm like, man, I don't know about all that. But I'm like, it happens to us all the time. So I don't know.
All the time.
Yeah.
And that is why we go back, because when stuff like that happens, we're like, oh, we need to know more about why this is going on now, because did something change? For example, the Junkin House at Kawartha Settlers Village. For how many years we've been going up there and doing these public events, at least, you know, anywhere between 4 to 6 times a year. Just this year alone, this Junkin House has a different feeling to it. So we were wondering what has changed, or, you know, what has been moved, or what has been brought in, or any of that kind of stuff. So we're trying to figure that out as we go, because the feeling in there is quite different than it normally is.
Well, and last year, we noticed a clock had started ticking.
Yeah, it was ticking
And
last weekend.
oh, see, it wasn't
Weekends ago.
ticking the last time we went.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, oh, now it's not ticking. So, and that's a mystery, because prior to that last year, it had never, well, we'd never noticed it ticking before. And we asked, and no one seems to know what we're talking about. They're like, what clock? No one's touched anything. And so, and especially that house, because that house, living relatives are the ones that are the only ones that are allowed to touch anything in there. So any display, anything that goes in or comes out is only done by the family. I think there's 2 ambassadors right now for that family. And so they were like, we haven't, what clock? Like, we haven't touched anything. So no one else would have touched this clock.
Yes.
So that, like, all last year, we're like, what? We have the clock. And then when I went in last time, the clock's not working. So I'm like, oh, well, now it's not working. And now you're saying it is working. What the F, Junkin House? Like,
well, we keep going back to find out more.
Exactly. And that's the thing. If we were going back there and doing these regular visits, we would never know that.
Mm-hmm.
And people who are like one and done, sometimes that's all you can do. There's times where we get a really great opportunity at a place, and then that's going to be it, and away we go, and we love it. But if we've captured stuff, there's no way for us to then go back and start to disprove it or prove it, however you want to look at it. So the more we get to go into a place and go, okay, so this is where that picture took place, what's around here, what could you, like, we're always trying to debunk, right? And so the more we go back to a place, the theory is we get debunked thing, but usually more stuff happens. Then we've got more stuff.
The prime example of that is the location that is currently behind Kaz.
This is by far one of my top 3 places that I will go to again and again and again and again. even though it scares the shit out of me. And hopefully you guys are watching the live next weekend. But in all honesty, like, it scares me. There are 3 buildings that I love. And if I could somehow manifest them onto my property, I would. Because I love them. Like, I now understand when I used to watch the ghost shows and people would be like, I'm addicted to this place. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely get it.
Mm-hmm.
So this place, which we won't talk about, because, and then there's the Keene Hotel at Lang's Pioneer Village.
Yes. Yes.
And then the place that cannot be named.
Yeah.
Like, every single time I will be like, yes, I will go there.
I will move whatever I need to move.
Yeah. Remember last time we went to the place that cannot be named, my parents, who never leave their home, came to visit. And I'm like, see you later.
I'm leaving.
And my husband's like, where are you going? I'm like, have a great time. I'm like, well, you chose the wrong weekend to go to.
That's awesome.
Breakfast with them the next day. But these are the rare places that you don't get into all the time. We have amazing connections with places like Kawartha Settlers Village and Lang's Pioneer Village, where we can frequent them a little more to do like on our schedule and timetable. But other places, it's very, you know, sometimes they're just like, listen, we got to go up a hierarchy of permission and it takes a long time or, you know, coordination to get in there. And so if they're like, this is the only date that's available, then you're like, sorry, grandma who turns 100, shouldn't have had a birthday on that day. Like, I don't know. You do what you do.
It's your fault. Like, geez. Anyways, yeah.
Exactly. You've had 99 other birthdays. Selfish much? Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, but like the whole point of investigating the paranormal is getting answers to the questions that you have on that are out there, and trying to get that, you know, that information and that footage and validating it and, you know, going through it. And when you only have 5 hours at one place, it's really hard to do that. So getting that 5 hours and kind of getting that stuff and then going back and doing more, you're kind of building on that research and, you know, finding, you know, I guess if you want to call it the holy grail of paranormal investigating, which is like your full body apparition, right? Like, you know.
And then there's places like, let's say Hinsdale, where we had a plan and we went in and that all went to shit because all hell was breaking loose and we all got scared. Then we were attacked by a bat. Like, a series of things happened. And so,
hey, listen, I just took a nap, whatever.
Yeah, you don't remember it because you were snoring on the couch. But for the rest of us who were there terrified in the darkness, it was scary. And so, I mean, no one even went in the basement. Well, Jay went in the basement, but the rest of us didn't even go in the basement. I ventured in there only in the light of day for a brief moment.
Yeah.
No, we did. So we all left. And once we had left and went, okay, now we're out of that energy. Let's discuss. We realized we missed all of these experiments and opportunities. Yeah. So sometimes you're taken off guard with a place and you're like, oh, like Remington Museum. We didn't even know we were going to get 3 buildings in one. We thought we were just going to one. So then we were like, oh, crap. Like, now we've got to try and plan. And we
got 3 buildings and 5 hours.
Exactly.
And they weren't like log cabins. They're like,
oh, no. These are massive houses. Yeah. And I mean, there was 7 of us. No, 6 of us.
6 of us.
And
6 team members and 2 staff. Then 1 more came, which was 3.
Yeah,
and then
the stuff just kept showing up.
2 more came, which was 5.
So yeah, we're trying to divvy up the time. We're trying to divvy up the locations. So it can be a lot, and you don't want to rush it. And sometimes you'll be in a place and you'd be like, okay, so we'll stay here for 20 minutes and move on. But then all hell breaks loose and you need to stay to capture what's going on. And then you can't spend as much time. Plus, it was a 4-hour drive across the border and the scariest troll bridge known to man. So
you haven't crossed again in Aquay, so just
apparently, thank God. It was scary enough going across. Whatever. Ogden, slogging, flogging, forgetting.
we're gonna go back because we have to reinvestigate. So, but this time we'll be sleeping.
I'm not driving.
Fine, I will. But we were sleeping over
in your giant truck across that tiny bridge. Blah, blah, blah. Let's hope we don't need a transport truck coming the other way. So yeah, like we go back because maybe we really love the location, but it's not like when we go back, we're like, just sit around this time. There's always something going on, I find. Even when we do public events, like we said, sometimes it just takes us by surprise. And you'll go in a house that has typically been semi-quiet, and you're like, ooh, what is in here right now? Because it's mental. Or
Agreed.
Another example is when you guys used to first go to Core Facility Village. There's a spirit there from a gentleman who was unfortunately murdered. And you guys, when you first encountered him, he was traumatized. He was angry. He was frightened. And the more you have gone and connected with him, like tell the people, like it's really incredible.
Yeah. So like the first time we went, this man was very, like, I don't want to give too much away, especially if you come out with us, because we don't want to put any false information, like pretenses in your brain, so you buy us, whatever. But anyways, the first time we went, this man was very set on his death, like what happened, right? So all of the communication we were getting was all about like, ouch, it hurts, like, pain, murder, like all that kind of stuff, right? And he didn't want to talk because he just kept saying, I'm done. And then finally, under Ryan's Estes, he was like, I'm done. And then everything lit up and we're like, whoa. And then, yeah, so we respected his wish to be done. We did go back afterwards and it was still the same, but you could tell that he remembered who we were. And then we were asking questions and we are saying, hey, so-and-so, you are more than what happened in your death, right? You're still a story. Like, your story isn't how you died. Like, you were this person, you had your parents, you had things you like to do, right? Like, let's talk about that kind of stuff. So over the next, I don't even know how many years it's been, 4, 5 years, 5. I think we went there in 2020.
Wow.
That's going to be a good face. So like, I guess we'll say 5 years now. He's more apt to, like, now he's asking and he's bartering with us for our pieces of our equipment. And sometimes he throws in things about what happened to him. But now it's more like, give me the bears. How much for the bears? I want the bears, right? It's more like we're becoming best friends.
Yes. And that brings another good point, is sometimes when we go to a location, we don't have, or we forget to use certain pieces of equipment. And so we'll leave and go, oh man, we should have used this, or like the bear in the child's room or whatever it is. Because it can be a lot to try and get all your equipment out. If you've only got 4 hours, sometimes you don't want to spend 2 of those hours setting up equipment. So you're just grabbing at things to get going. Yeah. Perfect example is on Friday that just passed. We went to a location which activity started while we're even on the tour. Like, we barely even got a chance to get going. So we're scrambling to get things set up and set going. And then, and sometimes equipment will start failing. So you can't even use certain things. So you'll miss stuff and think, oh, shoot, if I can go back there and get this angle, or, so it's really just about trying to get more angles and more information and
Mhm.
document more findings, but
Mhm.
also to try and debunk things that happened
Yeah.
the first time we went.
And like you might try something one time the first time and it doesn't work. So now you want to go back and try something different, right? Like
Mhm.
maybe using like the K2 meter in the REM pod and doing an EVP session didn't work. So you want to go back and you want to try maybe the paranormal music box and doing a ghost box session, right?
Mhm.
Like, or maybe the first time you did the nesties there, it was pretty quiet. So you want to try it again and see if you can, maybe get different responses. Like there's so many different things. And the debunking
Mhm.
thing, definitely. If you get an amazing piece of like evidence, we'll say,
Mhm.
and you're already questioning in your mind, like, okay, is this a reflection? I'm going back to Wildwood here because this is a good one. Is this a
Wow.
reflection? Is it light? Is it something hanging on a door? Like my brain is saying that's not how it looked like, but maybe there was something there that I missed, right? Lights, for example, in the window, those weird lights that we caught on the DVR. We're like, is this a car? Is it too high up for a car? Why are they like this? Why are they blinking? It's not
Mhm.
dust because it's like right there. What the fuck was that? It sounded like a fucking REM pod.
I didn't hear anything.
That was weird. No, it was in my house. The fuck? That was weird.
You know
Anyway,
what's really funny is I heard what I thought was a REM pod earlier, like this
really?
morning, and I giggled and I was like, I'm going through an investigation withdrawals because it was like
That's what
like
I just
that. And
heard.
I'm like,
That literally is what I just
yeah.
heard.
And I was like, it sounded like it was like down the hallway in a room. So it's not like it was really loud, but it was loud. It was
Loud enough for
loud
you to
enough
hear
I'd
it.
recognized it.
Fuck.
Okay, well, whatever investigation we did on the weekend, something's come with us clearly. And
Or it has to do with Wildwood.
oh, well, okay.
Anyways, as I was saying, because that was really weird. I just heard the and I was like, what the fuck? There's nothing in here. It's all out there. And it's all turned off. Anyways. But yeah, but like lights in the window, like, you know, bugs. Is it there was no bugs? There's nothing in there to reflect. Is it something that's reflecting off the table that the camera is on? Is it a car? Oh, nope, the cars are too much lower. Oh, the headlights going this way look a different, like, right? So
I
that's one of
know.
those things where we like walked around and was like looking at the reflection in the window, looking around to see what was there. Was it us that was the reflection? These lights, were they flashlights from outside? Like, no, still don't have the answer for it.
I know. It's very interesting. And I
Hmm.
mean, sometimes the reason we go back is because the people who own the place are like, when can you come back? We need you to come back. We've got 15 more team members that want to come watch this time. Oh,
Hey,
I just heard it.
what?
I just heard it. I just heard the
Well, it's not me. I'm just drinking this. And I set it down on the
unless it
table.
was like feedback. Maybe it was feedback from your thing.
I sound
Anyway,
like a
yeah. Now you're just sounding like a REM pod. You're morphing into the equipment. So and
you're going
then there
green.
are places
Look it. I'm already red, so
amazing.
I was gonna
Temperature.
I was gonna say I'm 5 degrees higher than normal.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, sometimes we're just invited back. I
Yeah.
say sometimes. I don't know that we've ever been to a place where they haven't tried to get us back because they love us.
I know. We can't help it. We're just good at what we
Mhm.
do and we're pretty too. So
And you've got places like Kawartha and Langs that rely on people going.
Mhm.
So when we go and do an investigation and they're like, this was awesome. And then you're like, well, then why don't we do public events?
Mhm.
And they're like, what?
Yeah.
There we go. And then it kickstarts our marathon of public events.
Yeah. But I wouldn't
And
have it
you
any
never
other
know.
way. I wouldn't have it
No.
any other way. Like there are places like we go to, like even this past weekend that we just went, King City even said to me, "You want to come back anytime? You can." Just let us know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. And if you want to do a program here, which is put on an event in museum terms, they're down for it. So
there you go.
So stay tuned because there's going to be stuff coming for that at some point. I don't know if it'll be this year because our October starts the last weekend of September. So National Ghost Hunting Day all the way until the last weekend of October because Halloween falls on a Friday this year.
Oh,
I know. So that's
exciting.
Yeah. So we're super busy. And I mean, like, it's not even just weekends. Like, it's during the week too. Like that 1 week after Thanksgiving, we're so fucking busy. But again, wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just gonna be tired and cranky by the time November 1st comes around.
That's okay.
That's
things to look forward to for your birthday.
I know. That's another return investigation.
Return of the return of the return.
Redemption tour number 3. That should be number 2, but
oh yes, number 3. Oh my gosh!
I'm still getting you a shirt with Twit on it.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, even when they call you names, we still return.
Yeah, because it is funny. I mean, you can't be sensitive when you ghost hunt because spirits were people, and so they have personalities, and sometimes they are dicks. I'm just gonna say, and they call you out or they say stuff, and you're like, "What do you do?" And it's usually me and Kathy that get about something, but she wasn't there, so they had to pick on me.
and I have oh, that's my mom. Whoopsies. And I have stuff that is related to down there. So
yeah. And that's the interesting thing. Like, so what we're talking about is an investigation we just did. And during an Estes session that Ryan was under, the spirit, I'm pretty sure that was the spirit of the gentleman who used to own the museum and had recently died. Yes. Because he was so incredibly predominant in all of our investigations, but also he was Scottish and he used language that a Scottish man would use. Ryan isn't Scottish. I don't even know that he would maybe know what a twit is, but it wouldn't be something he would use. No. So for him to hear it and say it and be like, that said your name so loud right after, it's like, okay. And because I had introduced myself and said, well, I am English, you know, so we have that in common. I think it was maybe a little endearing and a little just like, instead of being like, you're a goofball, he's like, you're a twit, which would have definitely
it was great.
Made sense. Great. Yes. But sometimes they're not quite as pleasant as that. And you're just like,
see, stuff like that makes you want to go back and reinvestigate again. Like, who was I talking to? Why am I a twit? Like, I need these answers. Like, you need to give me these answers so I can, you know, make a really good, you know, conclusion and an assumption about who I'm dealing with. So
exactly.
Always fun though. We got lots. Like, we can go through a list of everything. Like, we've done the automotive museum 100 times. Now, I will have to say, there will come a certain point where you are, we'll say, for example, we did the automotive museum a lot and we did Ghost Road back in the day a lot. We got to a point in time where we were ghost roaded out, as we called it, because we were there all the time and we weren't getting any new information. So it will become stagnant at a point. And then you have to realize that at that point, you need to back away a bit because they're either too comfortable with you and don't really care to share anymore. And that will also give you the time to regroup, try new, find new ways of, you know, investigating and all that kind of stuff. And then after a while, go back. So we did that a lot with Ghost Road, like I said, in Port Perry. And we also did that a lot with the Automotive Museum in Oshawa. And we were there a lot. And we did a lot of public events. And it came to the point where there wasn't much activity anymore coming in for us. And we were asking the same questions over and over and over again, which even the living gets sick and tired of hearing that too. Someone asked you 16 times a day, can you tell me your name, please? After a while, you'd be like, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm not doing it. So yeah. So there does come a point where you will have to like back away a bit. Give it 6 months, give it a year, give it 2 years, give it 5 years, and then go back and see what changed, because a lot can change in 6 months and a lot can change in 5 years, or nothing can change at all, right? But it's just one of those things that you always have to keep in mind, because if you say we were to go to Wildwood every single month, after a while we would be like, we're not getting anything new anymore, like nothing is happening, we're just getting the same information over and over again, right? So you kind of have to know when to draw the line. But if you go to a place, 4 times a year, so like once every season, you get to see the house in its different stages, and that produces different information. Right? So, and even if you were to go to a place like once every year or twice every year, like we do Langs twice a year, there's always just something different every time and different information and all that kind of stuff. So
it really is. Even settlers, like, again, like I said, one house in particular that's usually not overly, like, we get a few things, but it was non-stop from the moment we walked in. Lots of different equipment going off. On command, it was going off to the point that we were like, are we in the same place? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
So that I always enjoy, is when new stuff suddenly comes up. You're right. You're like, why now? Like, who's this coming through? Why does it feel more aggressive today? Or why does it feel so strange today? Like, what's changed? Who's in here? Who's not? And is it because these places are open to the public, so they get a lot of energy coming in from people all the time, and then they shut down for a period of time? What happens to the spirits? Do they go on vacation? Do they wait? Are they in anticipation for people to come back? Are they glad? Like, so when we kind of first get in there, it's interesting to see how they respond.
And too, like, for reinvestigated, like the first time you go in, you're learning the building, you're learning the history, you're learning all that kind of stuff, right? The second time you go in, you're familiar with everything, so you can get to investigating like right away. Like there's no walkthroughs, there's no, nothing. You're going in to set up and get started right away. You know where things are, you know where you want to go, you know where you want to spend time and focus on, and you can do that without hesitation, right? Or having the walkthrough, talking to the staff, like all that's already done and out of the way, so you're going in strictly for investigating.
Exactly.
You get to accomplish more.
And that's, I think we touched on it earlier, when you go into a place for the first time, you don't know where the hotspots are. You don't know where, stuff might happen. And even if there's a place that stuff's like, oh, we always feel something here, generally, that doesn't always mean that's where all the action is going to happen. So you do that preliminary walk around, and then you start going out, and then all craziness happens, and you miss a whole section of a place because you've been so busy over here. And even where we went to on the weekend, like, museums are awesome because they have archives and a lot of stuff kept away. So what happens when they rotate their displays and now all of a sudden someone's stuff is up? Are they now present? Are the people whose stuff's now been put in storage going, wait a second,
why might it vanish to the basement?
Yes. So how does that change, do you think? Even when we were in Tweed, the gentleman who owned the museum had recently died. Well, I think within the last 2 years, but he was still so predominantly there, and it was still so much his museum that he made it clear there had been a kettle or something put up on a place. The wonderful women who were there I don't even know. She's like, I just put it there. I didn't know where else to put it. And he was like, that is not where it goes. Like, he was so, no, that's not supposed to be there. And the flyers that they keep moving and reappearing, like, So going back to a place only serves to benefit you
Mhm.
until you've exhausted it, like you said. You don't
Mhm.
want to go there every day, all day, but you can't just be one and done and think that's it, done and dusted,
Mhm.
case solved. I mean, again, like I said, sometimes you can only do one and done, and that's all you get, and that's it. You get what you
Mhm.
get there. But the more you can get back into a place, especially if you've got some compelling evidence that you really can't explain or are having trouble going, we've
Mhm.
gone through everything we can think of, being able to get back in and, like you say, saying, okay, what's in the area that could have reflected, or how does the door move that may have made some, you know what I mean? Like really trying to figure it out. It's just, and some places you just love, like the place behind me, where I'm in love with it.
You just can't get
Terrifies
enough.
the shat out of me,
It's great,
but I
not me. Wait till
love
next weekend, everyone. We'll discuss.
yeah, exactly. Watch Kaz be like, I'm
Oh
not
my
sleeping
god.
alone.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord. But yeah, so well, if you've ever re-investigated a place or you've been to a place like plenty of times and had different experiences, or would like to share your thoughts on re-investigating a location over and over and over again, we'd love to hear about it. You can send us an email at paranormalpodcast@gmail.com. PAREHNORMAL. I almost forgot how to spell it for a few seconds. Podcast@gmail.com. I'm surprised I remembered that much. It's like I said, it's been 3 weeks. But you can also, find us on Facebook and Instagram. And well, we've been off TikTok for 3 weeks, but we'll be back on there quite very soon because there's some lovely faces coming.
Oh, I don't doubt. I
I
don't
know.
doubt.
But you'll have to stay tuned because next week we'll be behind cast.
Live and on location.
Ah, exciting! And then the
I
week after that, holy, where's an even funner one coming? I know. So yeah, but anyways, that's it. Next week's topic is Wildwood. Dun, dun, dun.
part 3/4,
Yeah,
depending.
we're a 3-4 split here.
Yep. I was there in spirit for one of them.
The second one.
Yes, the second one. I was watching live.
Can't wait. Anyways, have a great week, everyone. And I gotta call my mom back now. So bye.